All right, Survivor Series War Games 2024 has come and gone. Lots to talk about here. We got a title change, continued rivalries, insane spots, plenty more. If you want to stay up to date on WWE news and weekly episode recaps, you've come to the right place here at High Spot Wrestling. So hit the subscribe button and let's get underway here. First off, let's never give Vancouver a PLE again. This crowd was god-awful. You could hear a pin drop at certain points during the show, and we had fans catcalling the women's wrestlers. You could hear individual fans yelling something throughout the show. That's how quiet it was. I just needed to get that out of the way. Vancouver, you blew your chance. I hope they never come back to your city with a PLE. Anyways, moving on from that, the show kicks off with the Women's War Games match. Rhea Ripley coming out looking like a member of the Wyatt Six. Absolutely badass addition to that protective mask she wore. And the match starts off with Nia Jax and Bayley. Ooh, what an absolute mistake this was. Horrible pacing. Killed the already dead crowd right off the bat. And this match just felt like a botch fest for the first half, if not even longer. I feel like the pace was never quite there throughout the whole match. It seemed like they were forgetting spots, not hitting their marks. Also, was there confusion on the weapon placements? Because I feel like that everyone who came to the ring was looking for a specific weapon that they couldn't find. And anyways, the wrestlers were just too focused on bringing in more and more weapons instead of getting in and helping out their teammates. And speaking of weapons, we get Hulk Hogan chair shots from Nia Jax. Oh God, this looked so bad. I saw a lot of people giving her crap for this, but I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt here, and I'm not going to entirely blame her. I don't understand why Naomi was practically begging to get hit in the head, and Bayley just looked up at her like an idiot until she moved to the side and took one to the back. Nia Jax doesn't want to get fined for hitting somebody in the head. I get it. I understand. She could have hit him a little bit harder after she told Naomi, I'm not going to hit you in the head. It was just awkward. It came off just so silly, and it really, really took me out of this match. I was just not interested in this match after these botches, man. It really took a lot to get me even interested again. Naomi seemed to miss a lot of cues in this match as well. The sequence when everyone's hitting their moves on each other, she misses her cue with Liv Morgan, remembers, and then gets back up and heads over to the corner to take the code breaker off the ropes. That just looked sloppy and ruined one of the better sequences of that match. Also, she seemed a little late on the Bianca Belair, if I'm remembering correctly, the Bianca Belair and Naomi putting Nia Jax through a table. Nia Jax was going to hit an annihilator on Bianca Belair on the table, and it just took too long, and I was confused why Nia Jax was just basically standing on the rope until I saw Naomi run over, and I realized, I said, okay, maybe Naomi was late to that. I don't know. She seemed to just be missing a lot of cues, but so did everybody else. I just feel like nobody was on the same page. Raquel Rodriguez coming out of the cage to absolutely no crowd noise whatsoever. I maybe heard two people even trying to put in an effort to boo. She then grabs a table to scrape out some sort of reaction from the crowd, and she forgets to bring the table into the ring. She then tries to stop Rhea from bringing the table in. I don't understand this. None of this match made any sense. All of it seemed so forced. I'm kind of all over the place here, but there was so much to dislike about this match. So let me just get into the positives here. There are two positives, okay? And these two positives are Io Sky and Tiffany Stratton. Io Sky coming out and grabbing a custom trash can brought the life back into this match. The sequence between Io and Stratton showing off to each other was epic, and I can't wait to see this match somewhere down the line. Easily a WrestleMania-worthy match to me. The double spot off the top of the cage was actually insane. I don't know what possessed Io Sky to do a damn moonsault in the trash can. I was totally expecting her to just fall backwards. Oh my God, made up for some of this match. That was one of the spots of the year. Anyways, that's like really all I got for the positives here. I have nothing else good to say about this match. I think it was a horrible choice of a winner. No Tiffany cash-in. A team with 2 world champions and a Money in the Bank holder should not be losing. This is easily one of the worst matches of 2024. I'm extremely disappointed in this. I think it was a horrible way to open the show. And they just never got me back into this match. All right, next up we have Shinsuke Nakamura versus LA Knight for the United States Championship. 2 new theme songs in 2 days for Shinsuke. The second I saw him come out, I said there's no way he can lose. I told you to look out for an upset here, and we actually got it. I'm shocked that Papa H had the balls to take the title off of LA Knight, but I think this was the right choice, man. Knight was getting a little stale with the title for me, and this could open him up for a feud with Cody. We need at least one title in this company to move around a bit, so I like to see that they're doing this with the United States Championship. And I saw a lot of people saying that it should have been either Andrade or Melo. I understand where they're coming from. They have been holding down the mid-card quite a bit over there on SmackDown. I just don't think they're ready quite yet for a title. Shinsuke with a facelift is the perfect choice for the title right now. I'm excited to see where this goes. I think he looks like a badass. I'm happy that he won this match clean. I guess you can call it clean. There was a couple eye pokes here and there, but as clean as I guess we can have LA Knight lose at the moment. And I thought this looked great. I thought it was a fantastic match. I thought it was a great choice. I'm excited for Shinsuke and where this takes us on Friday Night SmackDown. That's all I got to say about this one, so let's move on. Next up, we have an absolute masterpiece of a triple threat. I'd said in my predictions video that this match would blow people away. This might even crack my top 15 for matches of the year. I absolutely loved this one. The double clothesline from Braun on the announce table was elite. The 10 beats of the Bodhrán spot on the barricade was fantastic. And hell, I thought Sheamus had this match won after Braun ate the chair to the head after the spear attempt on Sheamus. What a brogue kick from Sheamus. Great sell job by Braun Breaker. Kaiser pulls the ref out of the ring before Sheamus could get the 3 count. This eventually leads to some beef between Kaiser and Sheamus. Braun ends up being able to spear the both of them and get the win. I think this was the right choice. Sheamus remains goated in triple threats. Everybody came out looking strong here. I have no complaints. I thought this was an amazing match. All right, moving on. We got the World Heavyweight Championship match between Damian Priest and Gunther. This was everything I expected it to be. Just an awesome physical battle with brutal chops. Finn Balor interferes once again, costing Damian Priest. Gunther obviously not happy with it. I'm going to assume we'll get a Damian Priest and Gunther trilogy. Once again, another repeating feud for Gunther. I don't see Gunther being satisfied with this. We'll have to see where he takes us. I at least want a stipulation match between Finn Balor and Priest out of this. But I'm not going to complain about a third match between Gunther and Priest. These are 2 of my favorite wrestlers right now. I think they put on great matches with each other. Other than that, I don't think there's much to say other than that this was the right choice. I think Gunther needs to hold on to the title for long into 2025. And I think that's what we're going to get. So that being said, I'm just going to move on to the main event because I want to talk about this. My goodness, I cannot believe how good this match actually was. I loved every second of this. Punk coming out and poking the bear right out the gate was very on character for him. It was a great way to set the tone. You could tell these 2 teams just hate each other. Pretty weak Jey Uso entrance thanks to Vancouver, but not his fault. Also, I don't agree that he should come out after Roman, but that's whatever. Tama Tonga was in the ring looking like an absolute animal, crawling around in there. Listen, if I was Jay, I would have yeeted my ass right out the building seeing him crawl around the cage like that. Anyways, I think having Jay and Jimmy going first was absolutely awesome. It was great to see these 2 in the ring together in what felt like a mini tag team match for 3 minutes. And the tension between Roman and Punk, man, the tension in the cage was incredible. I really had no clue what Punk was scheming in his head the whole time he was in there. And they did an amazing job at creating tension. The spot where Roman doesn't let Punk out and calls the shot to send in Sammy, to then Punk saying, you're not doing that to me, and cutting off Roman. Man, the shots of Punk and Roman side-eyeing each other the whole time was comedy at its finest. And when Punk cut off Roman and got to ringside, I thought he was going to go sit down crisscross on the announce table and just watch the OG Bloodline get their asses kicked and say screw it. But instead he pulls out a toolbox and delivers brutal headshots to the Bloodline 2.0 with it. Man, listen, Punk and Toolboxes is my new favorite tag team this year. from what he did to Drew McIntyre to what he did with the running bulldog on Jacob Fatu, although it was not quite effective because it is Jacob Fatu, Punk and Toolboxes seem to be pretty much undefeated in 2024. And anyways, I was convinced that Roman and Punk were going to end up turning on each other when Roman got in the ring, especially after Punk ate an accidental spear from Roman. And then we get Bronson Reed delivering a tsunami to Roman Reigns on a table from the top of the cage. But wait, CM Punk pulls Roman Reigns off the table, risking his career and saving Roman Reigns. This is something I did not expect to see. Roman acknowledges it by offering out his hand to Punk. And listen, this is the turning point of the match, and it was something I really did not expect. So this means the favor from Paul Heyman must be very valuable and important to CM Punk, because the CM Punk that we all know definitely would not risk his career for Roman Reigns for nothing. We get an Uso splash off the cage from Jimmy to Jacob Fatu, a crazy sequence of finishers to Solo to end this thing. Wow, just an amazing match, man. Everything we had hoped for. They played out the camera shots a bit after this match, so I was convinced something else was going to happen. But no, I love the way this ended. We didn't need The Rock. We didn't need anything else. Punk says when he needs that favor, he'll call Heyman. I think the big takeaway from this match is that this favor must be really important for Punk to go through all this and stick to his word. What do you guys think this favor is? I don't know. I think it may be Paul pulling some strings to get Punk a title match. There's a million theories we got going around. We can discuss that in another video. So right now, I'm going to leave it off like this. Overall, I'm going to give this event an 8.2 out of 10. I thought this was fantastic. I think it had some match of the year contenders. The only thing that's weighing this score down for me is the Women's War Games match. I can forgive it. They made up for it a bit thanks to Io Sky and Tiffany Stratton. But anyways, I'm curious to think what you guys thought about Survivor Series, so drop your rating in the comments below, and we'll see you next time here on High Spot Wrestling.